Here's a question nobody ever asks. How can a song go #1, sell millions of copies, change the sound of music forever, and still erase the artist who made it? Because that's exactly what happened, 10 times. Tonight, you're about to hear the songs that touched greatness once, then disappeared like they were never here at all. Number 10. If You Don't Know Me By Now, by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
All the things that we've been through.
Every great soul record begins with a truth.
Like I understand you, girl.
And this one doesn't whisper it. It draws a line.
Don't you get started.
If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. Released in 1972, this wasn't a breakup song. It was a boundary. A declaration that love requires understanding, not just time.
We all got. We got our own.
The track climbed to #1 on the R&B chart.
Woman, you got yours too. Yes, you do.
#3 on the Billboard. Hot 100. No flashy production, no studio tricks, just Teddy Pendergrass's raw church-trained growl riding atop Gamble and Huff's immaculate Philly soul arrangement.
Oh, we might as well say goodbye.
The rhythm section stays patient, the strings wait their turn.
If you don't know,
Everything serves the emotion.
you never know me.
Here's where history gets complicated. The song became legendary, but not for the group. Teddy Pendergrass's voice was too powerful to stay contained. By the mid-70s, audiences weren't hearing Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. They were hearing Teddy. The group fractured, solo careers took over. And while Teddy went on to superstardom, the group never again reached this level of mainstream dominance. This song refuses to age. It's played when someone is tired of explaining themselves, when love demands clarity. When silence finally speaks, it's been covered, sampled, reinterpreted. But the original still cuts deepest. One song. One moment of emotional truth. One opening statement that tells you exactly what kind of documentary this is. #9. Boogie Down, Eddie Kendricks. For years, Eddie Kendricks was known as one voice among many in the Temptations. But when he went solo, he had something to prove. Boogie Down was that proof. Released in early 1974, it was pure disco energy before disco had a name. That high, razor-sharp tenor cut through the groove like light through smoke. The production felt wild, but it was controlled chaos. Years of Motown discipline made it effortless. The song hit #2 on the Hot 100, #1 on the R&B chart, and became the biggest hit of Eddie Kendricks' entire career. Bigger than anything he'd done with the Temptations. And yet, it was his only major solo pop success. Eddie stayed active, he kept recording, but he never touched this level of mainstream fire again. Boogie Down didn't grow slowly, it hit instantly. That was its power, immediate, undeniable, unrepeatable. Number 8. Rock the Boat, the Hughes Corporation.
Ever since our voyage of love began,
This song failed, not once, twice.
arms have held me safe from a rolling sea.
When Rock the Boat was first released in February 1974, it barely scraped the charts and disappeared almost immediately.
So I'd like to know where you got the notion.
But then something happened that labels could never plan.
Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Rock.
New York disco DJs started playing it anyway. Night after night, crowd after crowd, dance floors stayed packed. People kept asking, "What is that record?"
When love can see me through.
Demand grew so strong that the label had no choice but to re-release it.
So I'd like to know where you got.
Within 7 weeks, Rock the Boat shot to number 1 on both the pop and R&B charts.
Said I'd like to know where you got the notion.
It sold over 2 million copies and earned gold certification.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat.
Some historians consider it the first true disco song to ever hit number 1.
Rock the boat, rock the boat.
The Hughes Corporation never recreated the magic, but the legacy remains. Weddings, cookouts, family reunions, everyone rowing together to that beat. One perfect groove, one cultural ritual. Then gone. Number 7. Number 6. Do It Till You're Satisfied. BT Express.
Do it till you're satisfied. Go on and do it.
2 takes. That's all it took.
Do it till you're satisfied.
BT Express recorded this song using a brand new drum machine, the hottest new sound in 1974.
As long as you can.
The lyrics were almost non-existent, just one phrase repeated like a mantra. But the groove, impossible to ignore.
And relax your mind.
The song went number 1 R&B, number 2 pop,
Whatever it is.
and powered an album that went gold. Then, something historic happened. Producer Tom Moulton created an extended version for dancers, what we now recognize as the first true disco remix.
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied.
BT Express didn't just make a hit, they accidentally changed how music was played in clubs forever. One drum machine, 2 takes, one innovation. Number 5. Mighty Clouds of Joy. Mighty Clouds of Joy. In 1974, gospel groups didn't cross over.
You gotta listen to my story. Listen to my plea.
You stayed in your lane, served your audience, kept it sacred.
Come on and ride.
Mighty Clouds of Joy broke that rule. They blended gospel with soul and funk, risking everything. Instead of rejection, they earned a Grammy and airplay on both gospel and R&B radio.
If I call today, something got a hold of you.
The song felt like sunlight through stained glass, spiritual without preaching,
And I will wait.
uplifting without compromise.
Sing grace, how sweet it sound.
The mainstream welcomed them once, then quietly stepped back. One perfect bridge between sacred and secular. Sometimes that's enough. Number 4.
Hey, say, wait a minute. Where you going with that suitcase?
Just Don't Want to Be Lonely. By The Main Ingredient.
I don't mind when you say,
1974, soul music was shifting.
and I don't care if we share.
Louder grooves, faster tempos, disco knocking at the door.
I'd rather be loved and needed.
And then, this song stood still. Just Don't Want to Be Lonely wasn't about flash. It was about fear. The quiet, adult fear of losing love and not knowing how to say it without pride getting in the way. Originally written and recorded by Ronnie Dyson, it was the Main Ingredients version that turned it into a soul landmark. I don't mind when you say that you're going away. I just don't want to be lonely. That line didn't beg. It confessed. Released in late 1974, the song climbed to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 2 on the R&B chart, No gimmicks, no studio tricks, just Cuba Gooding Sr.'s warm, conversational lead vocal, singing like a man choosing honesty over ego. The arrangement stayed restrained on purpose. Strings didn't soar, drums didn't overpower, everything stepped aside to let the emotion breathe. And here's the irony. The Main Ingredient were excellent musicians. They released solid follow-ups, but they never again captured this perfect emotional temperature, where vulnerability met mainstream radio at exactly the right moment. As disco took over, subtle heartbreak didn't sell the same way. This song became their signature and their ceiling. Just Don't Want to Be Lonely became a quiet classic. Sampled, covered, referenced, it's the song people play late at night, not to dance, but to tell the truth to themselves. One perfect moment, one honest record, one hit that refused to shout and never needed to. Number 3. Shala, Make Me Happy, Al Green. How do you become a one-hit wonder when you're Al Green? Simple. You release a great song during a career full of masterpieces. Shala was light, joyful, carefree. It peaked at number 7 pop and number 2 R&B. For most artists, that's a lifetime achievement. For Al Green, it vanished beneath greatness. A hit forgotten not because it failed, but because everything else was legendary. Number 2, Hollywood Swinging. Kool and the Gang before Celebration. Before pop radio. Kool and the Gang were raw funk fire. Hollywood Swinging was recorded in a single day, alongside Funky Stuff and Jungle Boogie. 3 classics, 1 session, the horns punched, the bass strutted. The groove demanded movement. It became their first number 1 R&B hit.
It feels good tonight, but tell me something. Are you swinging?
Then they changed direction toward polish, pop, and immortality. This song remains a snapshot of who they were before crossover smoothed the edges. Number 1. Lovin' You, Minnie Riperton.
Making love with you is all I
5 octaves, a voice that didn't sound human.
more than you is more than just
Lovin' You was written to soothe Minnie's baby daughter, Maya Rudolph. No percussion, no excess, just voice and air.
la 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 la.
The song almost wasn't released. Then it went number 1.
Stay with me while we grow old and we
Less than a year later, Minnie was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Each day in springtime, 'cause love and
She fought quietly, recorded, toured.
every time that we, ooh,
She died at 31, 5 years after her only #1 hit. Most people don't know she was singing to her child, or that she was fighting for her life while the world danced.
no one else can make me feel.
One perfect song, one eternal voice. These aren't just one-hit wonders, they're soul landmarks. If one of these songs touched you, comment the number below.
I want you to know he's mine.
Subscribe to SoulWave Vibes so these stories never fade. Up next on the channel, R&B songs that changed history but never get credit. The voices that built soul, then disappeared. Stay with us, keep the groove alive, and let the record spin.